Alright bros, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've done a lifting log, so let's make sure I can get back into this without it being too atrocious. So, as I mentioned previously, I have started using the Evolve AI program, app, whatever you want to call it. I sort of went over it briefly in the previous video. This is kind of how the when you open up the app, this is what the UI looks like. You know, your day's out, blah 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 blah. But also we're going to go over today's training, today's session. So a 2-hour session today, so it took a wee while. So yeah, first video which we'll cover is obviously going to be the first one here. So something I definitely need to work on is looking at and being more aware of my RPEs. I did mention it in the last video that I sort of guesstimate my RPEs based off like an RPE calculator. I'm a 1 rep max. So I was supposed to be doing RPE 8 today. I worked up to 167.5 because last week I did 175. I'm not sure, but it's fatigued myself from the warm up because I feel like I maybe did too many warm up sets. So I think I might have just got a bit too fatigued because the rep was pretty grindy, which I'll look at in a minute. I mean, I think form was fine and all that kind of stuff. Like nothing felt too horrible, but it definitely wasn't like super smooth. So I don't know how many more I had in me. Anywho, so let's have a look at this. So this is the heavy single. I'm pretty happy with the form and all that sort of stuff. And depth, etc, etc. Maybe I went even too deep to be honest with you, but we'll see. And then have a little look after this set. Felt like my form broke down a little bit on the way up. So it just felt pretty rough. Obviously I'm not wearing sleeves either, which might be a contributing factor to being a bit more harder RPE, especially when I'm doing heavy singles. Normally I'll wear sleeves. But it isn't like that bad. Like if I really had to, I could have maybe done one more grindy one, but that's why I put it as a 9.5 because I might have been able to get one more in there. So yeah, something I need to work on is getting better at being more aware of my RPEs. But obviously, you know, 190 for one, you know, that's kind of where I put my RPEs at, like 175, 177-ish. So I thought I'd try and go from there. So maybe next week, if it does work again, an RPE of 8. I might drop the weight down a little bit, or maybe try with sleeves and see if it feels a bit better. You know, I'm kind of working there, but I was trying to, because I'm quite a while out till comp yet. I was kind of trying to, you know, train as unsupported as possible. Although, you know, sleeves don't really add that much to your lifts. Anyway, so this next little clip we've got is one of the sets of here. Just a nice little set of 5. At 140, but not really that much weight, all things considered. So I just try to keep all the reps feeling good, pressing nice and tight, and making forms all good and that. And yeah, I mean, I think my form has definitely improved as well. Looking back at older clips, I've not, you know, I've not seen any butt wink happening at all recently, which is nice. But I definitely do feel stronger with my feet sort of in line with my shoulders, sort of just outside the hips kind of area. If I go too wide, I feel like I lose a lot of, like, you know, quad activation. So yeah, I don't feel great in those positions. So I feel much better being more of like a neutral stance squat. Oops, shit, I'm getting on toilet. After that, I did some incline bench, which I'm about to look at now. I'm hoping I had the bench at enough of an incline. So I was going to go to the actual bench that is already set at the incline set, but there was another guy using it, so I went to here where I could adjust the bench press. So I'm hoping I had enough of an incline. Anyway, so obviously it was giving me either 82.5 or 87.5, so I thought I'd go slap bang in the middle and see how I felt with that. And I kind of kept that going through the whole through sets. First 2 felt a bit harder, and I felt I warmed up a bit more after those sort of sets. I didn't really do any kind of warm up. For bench, I just sort of did like a little set of 60 kg. But yeah, oh, a bit too far back. Alright, yeah, anyway, so I think this is the 3rd set possibly. But yeah, it moves fine. No real issues at all. So I'll probably be up in the weight a bit more next week for this. I just realized I forgot to actually put that up so you can see. I just sort of chatting it. Yeah, so these are 4 sets of 6, 85 and a half. 85 and a half, sorry, just 85 kilos, sorry. First two, like I said. And yeah, so after that, we have conventional deficit deadlifts, 3 sets of 5. Quite a low RPE is asking for. So the first set I did 110. See how it felt. I probably should have had that as another one of the warm-up sets, but it felt fatiguing enough. So then I thought I'd throw like just a couple of 10s on the end, see, and that still felt fine. So I kept that kind of weight on. So next week I'll probably start at 130 or maybe a bit higher, depending on what the RPE range is. Let's have a look at the form. I don't really get a chance to look at the form. Overall, not too bad, I think. You guys hopefully let me know if it is terrible. Yeah, I'm not sure this platform, that little box thing actually is even a 1 inch or whatever, but it's close enough. And that's all I got recording wise. After that, I did do some single leg press for 3 sets of 15 at 40 kg. Felt pretty good. Quads got pretty burned up from that. Yeah, I didn't record that because it was quite busy in the gym today, kind of around that area, so I didn't want to have to put my phone somewhere and deal with all that, so but not a big deal. And then after that, some back raises, which, you know, I've recorded them before, so very box standard, nothing too exciting. And then something I've not done for a very long time is core. You know, that area between like your pecs and your pelvis, your core. I actually trained that today, which is crazy. Not sure if any of you guys have trained that for a while. If you haven't, maybe add that into your routine. But yeah, so just 3 sets for a minute plank. I was gonna do ab wheel, but I could not find it at all in the gym. So I just thought I'd do some front planks today instead. And if I can't find it, I'll probably just do front planks for the rest of this block. And yeah, so that is the overview for today's training. So it's like I said, week 2, day 1. Gave myself a little like focus on form and depth in the squat to meet comp standards, all that kind of jazz. And yeah, so I need to, like I said to you guys already, I need to work on this. So from my comp squat at this, it's giving me an estimated max of 185, which obviously, as you guys know, I can do 190 at least. That just sort of shows me that possibly I'm doing too much of my warm-ups, maybe. But yeah, so that's the overview. So yeah, that is going to wrap up today's session. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for, I don't actually know what's tomorrow. I want to say bench. I should have left the Billy app on. I'm pretty sure it's bench tomorrow as the main lift. It's kind of like an accessory day. Got squat press, kegel rows, shrugs, blah 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 blah. Hopefully it won't be too packed tomorrow, so I can get a little bit of clips recorded for this. And yeah, hope training's going well. I'm feeling good, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.